drawn out timer. Maybe that's one thing I would welcome.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, there's a clanker right next
What?
to me. Hello.
There is.
Good old clanker.
Clanky clanker.
Yes. All right. Hello, guys. I am back.
Oh, I got sticky keys.
Sticky keys.
Oh, I like sticky.
I bet you do.
Edges.
I bet you do.
Oh,
But yeah, so for those of you who have seen the video that want to, talk, we can, if you whatever you guys thought about it. I mean, the creation process was kind of simple. I can't lie, because we obviously took a lot of inspiration and then study edited for like 3 days straight. Oh,
Balcony scene.
It wasn't straightforward, okay? It was hard, alright? I sat there for 3
well,
days.
okay. The one scene that was hard. Let's fly over there now, shall we?
Let's go to the balcony, shall we?
Yep.
The way
We
you just
love
said
the
that so
balcony.
calmly, like...
We love the balcony,
Oh.
boys.
Oh, oh.
Esther!
Yeah,
Give
because
us that.
then sometimes Barnaby wouldn't attack you, then we didn't have the egg, or
There was a
something
good 20
went
minutes of
wrong.
footage of we just filming
My
that
name
one
would
scene.
be Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like stood like right here, just trying to
It's
see.
literally-
Just trying to get
It's only
this-
like 10 seconds of footage, though.
It's
not even that.
fun. I mean, yeah, it was a mess. We got there though. There were a few fun shots that we did, like hit the target, looking up at like me. When walking down to the nether room, that was a fun thing. There's like
Constant Kane says, who's playing for the elephant?
Leaf Dave.
He plays himself.
Yes, exactly.
because the elephant isn't a character. The helpers are real people, guys.
No, they're not.
Exactly.
Like they exist in Lovely World. Like I don't think
They
you'll-
exist in
Yep.
IRL too, then.
My note is only Tyler.
No, but Lovely
Like-
World is a part of the real world. I mean, if you look at a map, you can actually find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there's a lot of things we've done around here.
See, yeah, I said this during the premiere. This looks so different in.
Oh my god, it does. Like, we've only recorded, I'll be honest, we've only done one more episode after what we've just done, right? And it's night and day. Like, obviously we've done a lot of stuff off camera from that video as well. But like, it's more stuff that just continues from what we did in the unreleased thing that you guys are going to see. It
Fall
is
down
not-
6 times, get up 7.
6, 7?
6, 7.
The brain rot goes hard.
It actually does.
No, but you said something 6 and then 7.
Yeah, fall down 6 times, get up 7.
Yes. But I said 6, 7.
That isn't me saying brain rot.
No. But like, I know, but it was just, that's the first thing that just came to my head, that's all. Yeah.
Wait, will the old Polly be in the new Lost Legacy or the new Polly with armor?
With a real pony reindeer,
well-
please stand up.
In the video, you can see Polly with armor, so.
Will the real Polly reindeer please stand up?
Will the real Polly reindeer please stand up?
Yes, yeah, 0.
Ah, that was a good joke, Edges.
Oh.
Thank you.
Constant K says, "Hey Charles, do 6, 7." Charles.
No.
6, 7.
No. Okay. Okay.
We do have an idea for something that's gonna go here, because I always hated this, like how.
Do we?
Yeah, we spoke about it the other day.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Don't worry. Yes, you said to put something there, so I gotta work on that soon enough. It's not a bad spot. I just think Stampy spammed the mangrove trees though, like low key, didn't he? Like there's loads over there. There's loads over in like that area of the world over there.
Tyler, I've got a 7-hour lecture on Monday and Tuesday.
You got what?
7-hour lecture.
Oh my god! Why?
Because they felt like it.
That is just that is cruel.
Guys, I'm not going to
Like,
university.
but why did they set your difficulty on hard?
My AI might been set to difficult.
I forgot you aren't in college anymore, Charles.
I will be back.
Oh, it's
Of
okay,
course,
Edges.
of course. Yeah, honestly.
I'm not going to uni. I'll probably go to a drama school.
Yeah, I've become aware of
Well,
like
red
one.
people.
There's one thing that I've been thinking about though, like right. like a lot of continuations when it comes to, if you look at them from like a perspective of the ratio between what they've done to Stampy's done, obviously it's never gonna be to a point where, unless you're that like crazy and you do like 2,000 episodes, it's gonna be hard to get to a point where you've done more than what Stampy's done and it stands out like to a point where people, you know, your builds also like can be seen in the amongst of like Stampy's builds. And I feel like one of the things that I always hated doing back in the day was changing things. But I kind of see it now as like, I kind of thought about this the other day. Because if, obviously changing things is like, well, yeah, you know, it's Stampy's world. You can't really change like too much, right? But I kind of now see it as like, you know, if you're going to look back at your world, your continuation, like let's say like 10 years time, right? Like, it's barely going to be no point because you're not gonna. It's gonna take you ages to even see what you've done because everything that Stampy has done is gonna overpower and outshine anything you can build. Not because it's better, but because his builds are a lot more prevalent because he's been building the water for so long. So, kind of thinking about it, I'm wanting to at least on like a sketchbook board or something see what I can really change where it doesn't take away from what Stampy did, but at the same time fits in enough where I can where I can say, you know, this is something that Stampy did and I did. Like kind of, I was thinking town built renovations to some degree, but I'd have to see how that goes down. Because obviously people are very attached to the town, which is understandable.
I think the only thing that realistically I've never really changed when I did the return. I never really did much to the town. The only other thing I ever changed was Fancy Circle Park, but that wasn't a massive change.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
all I did was open up the middle part just to add like a secret base underneath it.
Yeah. But like what I'm more saying is like, you know, I at least want to feel like I am spending my time doing something where people can at least recognize the stuff that I've done in that kind of thing. Like when
No
you get...
retraction.
What?
I don't know if it's like iOS
Guys,
26.
Chester the Crow will not be calling any of you guys melons, so
Who wants to call Melon?
Kane said Chester, I dare you to call Charles a melon, and then Jack said Chester, I dare you to call Kane a melon, and then Kane said no, Chester called Jack a melon.
Well, you know what? I've decided I'm going to call Constant Kane an absolute melon. I think that guy.
What, me?
You sound more like Donald Trump, mate.
No, Alice. Don't you even say that. That's so disrespectful. How could you even utter those words out of your little mouth?
Who's reading the chat? How about no one?
Obama says fake news.
Hi! I'm going to build a wall.
I am going to build a wall.
Right, do you guys want to see whilst I'm here why I'm not doing this on Vibrant Visuals? I am going to have to fix my settings because I've
don't
reset
turn it on.
mine.
No, you'll ruin the look of the world if you
Alright,
turn
so
it
we're
on,
gonna
Paolo.
fade
Don't
that.
do it.
Oh,
Ew,
I've
it's
been
gonna
pretty
look so bad.
it's about there. I prefer it to be bright.
I chucked it on the other day and it looked so bad.
She hit the flow. Try to go low,
Try to go low,
low.
Johnny got low, 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 low.
It doesn't sound as good when you do it, mate.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
this is why I don't use Vibrant Visuals. Because no matter what brightness you have it on, it looks ass. Like, it looks grainy. I don't understand. Like, it just, do you guys get what I mean? It looks awful. And then, like, I go on the inside of something. This is the one before we ripped out the thing. It does have the shrine in because I did a separate copy. Like, look at how high I set the brightness, right? And it's this dark inside. I'll quickly show you again how high I set it just for context, right? Oh, that's not it.
Hello there. I don't know who Alex is, but hello, Alex. This is a camel, a beeb, a bob.
Camille has a camel, Habiba Baba's in corn on the carpet.
Yeah, that's how bright my thing is. If I turn it up, it looks weird, right? Now it's really just over... the contrast is way too high. I don't think it's increasing the brightness. I think it's increasing the contrast because this looks awful.
I think you should go back to ray tracing before I end up dying.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you were gonna say on a
I used to watch it before, but you just disappeared from my YT. Okay, well, hello again, Alex. I don't know. I don't know if anyone recognizes you, but hello, welcome back. You.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I disappeared because
hello, James.
YouTube does
can I
not
join the
favor
server?
people that do this sort of content for long periods of time. But yeah, no, it's good that you used to watch me. I appreciate that because, you know, honestly, it's been a while since I've seen a lot. Like, there's a lot of names around this community that bring back a lot of memories. Like, there was that Seaman guy who was one of them that trained.
I beg your pardon?
No, he was called. Do you not remember him? He was called like It was called like Seaman or like Seaman. I swear down now. I swear down.
I feel like, I feel like you were being trolled.
No, because he
Yeah.
always used to comment on our videos, and then he was in my server with like that Ferris wheel design. You remember that?
Did you add him to the Love Garden?
No, remember Train Boy Ohio? What happened to that guy? Oh, what about that Jamie guy? Do you remember him? Oh, Charles,
Train Boy Ohio.
here's an icon that me and you gotta remember. And if you're not thinking of who I'm thinking, me and you are gonna have words. Do you know who I'm thinking of?
I do, but I've forgotten his name. I
Tape.
only know his rude name. Yeah.
Oh, his rude name. Oh, you on about the A thingy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Tape, man. Tape the legend.
I'm not playing Fizzy Elephant. I'm not even part of Authority Reborn.
Even it's Fizzy Elephant.
Bro, I miss.
No, guys,
Tape was
guys,
so random.
I can confirm right now that you will never see me in Lost Legacy Reborn. You wanna know why? Because Tyler said himself, hey, I would never amount to anything if I tried to join that series. Honestly.
No, you did not say that.
Right, no, he did not say
You
that.
won't
That
amount to
sounds
anything
really
anyway,
mean.
mate.
I wouldn't say that to you, okay?
No. Guys, it's all just.
Let's
rage
not
bait.
turn this into a Sal 2.0 situation, shall
Oh
we?
no,
Yeah.
that's not. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I'd rather not have something that I didn't say get misrepresented.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was only joking, guys. Tyler actually really likes me.
Don't worry,
The
Josh.
only
you
thing
can
I said
make
is
up
the
room
fact
for
that,
me
like,
if you want.
I know you asked me about it, and I said, like, I want to just calculate a lot more stuff I do instead of just like,
Yeah.
can I be in the series? And it's like, yeah, like I felt I accepted a lot of people. Like, if there's people I know would do, like, you know, there's like a certain standard I want to go to.
Yeah.
Now and actually try and achieve. So I have
After
to.
the stream,
Mhm.
I have an idea. I've come up with an idea.
Only after the stream? You only have
Is
after
it
the
to
stream.
do with Lost?
Well, if it's for
like-
after the stream, write it down because
Yeah.
you'll probably forget it.
Yes, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, good, because I don't trust you to be like, I have a cook idea. Oh, guys, I've forgotten this. Oh, shit, I've forgotten this.
City's washed.
Yes.
Oh,
He's
that's so
washed,
cold.
rinsed, and repeated.
Don't let him fool you.
Ooh.
That's cold, that one. That
That was
Dunno.
cold.
You know.
He's been stuck here inside of this, Dave.
Shut up.
You shut up, you mappy.
Yo, bin buttle.
You,
I've
yeah,
been-
what are you going to call him a bin bag?
Balls, waiting for David.
What are you,
Ball.
what are you going to say? I thought you were going to say like,
Right,
bin bag.
Charles, listen to me. I'm not the one who's fallen off. I played Noah Claypool and Oliver at my
No,
college.
I never made any claim to say I didn't fallen off.
I
Okay.
played Noah Claypool in Oliver.
Okay, you know what, right? You know what you haven't played, Edges?
And it's in a school production of Oliver.
No, it's for my course. It's a
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah,
If it
and
was a
it's
company doing
real-
it, fair enough.
It is a company.
I think this guy was just to call him Hamilton. Would you agree?
Right.
It's for my grade, Charles. It's for my grade, and it was performed in an actual theatre, not just in
What?
an auditorium in my college.
What is the Reborn in Lost?
I love you,
Legacy?
Charles.
The Reborn is supposed to symbolize, if you think about it from,
I'll say that.
if you think about it from the perspective of like how I was created in the series lore from that beacon, Reborn is kind of saying that, you know, those events played out again. I was reborn. Now we will go into a bit of a thing as to. I want to connect some lore as to why this happened in a way, because I don't just want it to like forget about everything that happened, because I still want it to be canon to an extent of like, you know, so that way it doesn't mess up anything like what we did in the past, like the whole Rusty the Rhino stuff and the collab and stuff like that with, you know, Charles back nearly 2 years ago, which is crazy. So I am gonna try and connect like some form of dots. Maybe it's not like actually like spoken about, but there will be like different vague things that will sort of connect it like as more and more time passes. I want to do it like as more and more time passes, I learn more. Like that's the one thing that I
Wait,
want to do.
I actually thought of something that, like, we didn't really analyze. The Love Garden. The people that got added in the old series, are they going to get added back, or are they just going to get added back over
Well,
time?
this is a clean slate, Like
Yeah.
this is a clean slate now. Like people can get added like back, for instance, I could add Charles.
This
back.
is something new.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could add you
Yeah.
back if you want Charles.
It's entirely
Whatever
new.
you need, Charlotte, don't have me back.
I won't.
It's its
but
own new series. It's not.
Yeah.
It's based on the original Lost Legacy, but it isn't the same as the old
Yeah.
Lost Legacy.
like
It's
I
basically
go on.
Lost Legacy 99,000.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
It's Lost
Okay,
Legacy
and
6
Hang
7.
on, hang on, hang on.
Just
Okay,
to point this out, there is like 7 different Lost Legacies. Like,
7?
like eras.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like 6 or 7.
Here's the thing, right? My criteria, I'm only gonna include people in the series as people if they add value to the series. The only reason I added Sooty is because I think I see him as a connection between the old and the new in terms of what happened in the past versus what's happening now. And also he kind of gave away very subtle hints as to things that are going on in the future with the blackout, the fire, and the the tunnels and the flood. Those are very, very subtle things that will be, something about in the future.
The only reason I was in it was to kind of because if you remember in the original, I never came back after quote unquote Worlds Together.
Yeah.
So there was like in the story, my character was like nowhere to be seen, and it was kind of like Tyler said, it was a bridge to connect the old series without making it way too complicated.
Yeah.
In my story, I die.
For real.
In the back of his castle.
So
I
everything,
And
so
he didn't
everything that
regret it.
happened between
He didn't even die.
everything that happened between like Tyler and Charles still happened. Well, it's a grey zone with like obviously Worlds Together. If that is still,
I was going
I-
well,
yeah.
we can't say it didn't happen, but we kind of like to forget it happened. That's in a way.
Worlds together. No, worlds together. Not worlds collide.
Yeah.
Worlds together. Not,
Yeah,
not, not...
Worlds Together.
Did you
For
say?
context,
Did you
of-
say worlds collide?
I might.
I
have
know
got
what you mean because you
confused.
said. I know what you mean because you
I
spoke to
would-
me about this. So I know
yes.
you're on about worlds together.
Yes.
You want to forget
would-
about
I-
Fishman?
I wouldn't forget about Worlds Collide
19 flow.
because Worlds
Fishy
Collide
boy.
is probably. Oh, that was so fun recording Worlds Collide. But I'm talking about Worlds Together. Yeah. Come on.
Bro, worlds collide. Like I still
Yeah,
have
Worlds
vivid
Collide
memories
is
of them
so good.
recording sessions. I don't know about you, Charles, but like holy shite. Like I still remember, like we had Ben in the call, and we were like
that.
we were in that group chat, and I for the first episode, and I remember, I think even
like I
Ellis
And
was
said-
there or
Shulug was
something.
in it.
I think
Yeah.
I said this before, but like stuff like the collabs we did are not going to get remade in a way. I don't. It really, never know, but probably not. Probably unlikely. Very
Getting
unlikely.
pinged like a.
I just don't think collabs are that good of ideas, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
It
What?
worked back in the old, like the beginning of the thing, because everyone back in the early days, I don't know how to explain it, but it worked. But I guess later on, as the space kind of died down, no one really cared as much as they did when like me and Charles did it. Like
It was a really big thing. I think that was kind of brought back when obviously the build up with Classic eventually went to the main series.
Yeah.
That was kind of big.
I
in a
would
way.
have to do some really big consideration to do any form of like collab with anybody. Like there might be something with what you're doing, Charles, and depending on
Wand Man.
Yeah, I didn't know if you announced saying that you okay. Yeah, it depends because obviously it's about working out what you're doing, what like I'm doing because you still have your memories, I don't, so there could be something big to bring to that. It's
Well.
Yeah,
Kind
that's a
Oh,
conversation
Charles
for
has some
another
really
time.
good insight. Virginian insight.
yeah. All I'm gonna say is
Charles,
it,
insight.
Charles' insight.
You respond with Charles insight.
All I can say as of now though is what Charles is cooking up is sick, and I have seen it because I was there, and poor Charles had a very bad ear infection during it.
I think
Oh,
one
I'm
of
gonna watch
the
the rest of
main,
it talked about my father though.
I think the one to kind of put it out there, to saying that like we don't do collabs with anyone, like Tyler kind of said. I know it's
Yeah.
probably easy to do it with anyone, but it's like I think the only reason I did collab with Tyler is because I obviously did start that series.
Yeah,
I don't think if I didn't start that series, it wouldn't really have made sense.
right.
To
Here's like a
collab
big
with him.
thing. I always want to see other people grow, right? And me doing collabs was a way to be like, I want to help initiate people's success. And obviously, when me and Charles did it, it made sense because we've been friends for 8 years, nearly 9, coming up next year. Very crazy. And so in that sense, it was kind of like, because we were both passionate about what we did, and it made sense to do it. When it came to a lot of other things, I wanted to give you a lift. I wanted to give Mr. S a lift. And there was, I had a lot of passion for doing that and also what I was doing, and so that's why I did it. But like now, I'm gonna have to put a limit on that because there's been too many cases where people
I
have
think
taken
with
that for granted.
Yeah, I think if, in a way, specifically talking about the
Yeah.
last one we did.
But like, hold on one second. But like, that's kind of why I do want to come back because I want to prove that I've learned from my mistakes now. In terms of the way that I let other people have way too much say over the things that I did because a lot of the time I like to collaborate with people on my ideas and stuff, but a lot of the time, I'm not gonna say that I didn't enjoy the ideas because I kind of do things in the moment and then I look back on that and I think, oh my god, I should have done this differently.
In a way, I think you kind of let them if it
You were
sounds
one of them,
alright,
Sooty. Before you say them, you were one of them, okay? You were a
Yes,
big one
Sooty.
of them, to be fair.
Yes, sir.
You can't even say you weren't.
Right, we're specifically talking about the Bedrock Curse timeline because that was completely authorized by Sut himself, and he was
The
very
only
tired,
reason
very
at that
sick.
point I let you go through with it was because at the time, you were helping me out with like designing stuff, and I felt kind of like a dick if I was turning down ideas, and you got kind of annoyed sometimes when I did, and it was just a whole big situation of like, I'll just do it because it's easier to.
I do think we have found a middle ground now. We have sorted our differences out.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, we have found obviously with this recent video we worked with that together.
Yeah.
In a way.
And even
We
Josh had
did
a
what
hand in
works.
ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I can't lie, when it comes to stuff, Josh has really come in clutch recently.
Oh, y'all, I get mentioned. I
Josh
think one
has
of my first ever clutches was Worlds Together. When I was literally,
Oh,
I
yes.
literally had no like. I literally have never spoken to any of you before, like you, Sooty, and Mr. S man, and you were just like, Josh, what do you think about this? And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
Because I remember, because Sooty wanted to do Void Between the Worlds, and I was like, well, no, because if we were actually going to, in the long run, let's say we did go pull through with everything, we could have been like cool like tracks going to each other's worlds and like made a cool thing about it. And obviously we were very torn and divided about it, so we asked you, and you said, well, it's better just to have landmass connecting them because that way we can at least walk to the worlds if we wanted to.
I think,
but at least
in
we
a
have that
way,
option.
if I didn't pull out of it as soon as I did, I think it'd still be it would have still kind of existed. I think to this day.
I don't know.
Wasn't the plan with Worlds Together meant to be like really long?
The only reason why it fell apart was because it kind of relied on 3 people to do it. Once you went, you know, I was kind of doing my own thing. Then the whole
it was
situation happened
mainly
in June, and it was
it
just.
was mainly because of the fish. It like he treated me. I didn't like the environment that I was being treated in, and I wanted to get out of it. It was nothing to do with Tyler. I wasn't. I didn't leave the collab because of Tyler. It was more to do with Sal.
Bella in
Oh,
this game.
fish. Oh.
Oh.
Everyone knows
Well,
what we're
exactly.
talking about. Really,
I don't really care. I only refer to him
Like-
as that just because. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really know why. to be
I,
fair, but
but I think
I just-
from what I've heard, obviously when I came back, obviously I heard that
Oh,
obviously
boys, down
he made that video, right? And I've never seen the video, but from what I believe that Tyler told me, it was something to do with 1984 or something.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
you say that Max could do better? That's what you said. Max could always do better.
Okay. Oh, I've never. I don't even know if I did get into it in that one in that one Crash and Burn stream. I think. But, like,
1984.
Something in that round decade in the 80s, I think.
Yeah,
Like
I
90,
remember
like,
now because it was like when me and Sal were doing this stuff. Hello, Josh. When me and Sal were doing this stuff, you know, he had already had a bit of a fumble that week with the stream situation, and so he was like, he messaged me. I remember this because it was very vivid to me still, and he's like, "Oh, I've got an idea for our series as well. There's a bit of tension because of obviously his like alter ego character. I can't even remember too much about it now, but like." His alter ego character, and he makes this video where he like wakes up in the guest room because it's in my timeline, and then it's just all this random stuff like, well, you don't know what you're talking about unless you're in 1984. I actually, and it wasn't even the like. I genuinely think if I didn't even have beef at him at that point, my reaction would have been the same. Like that was what I really realized. Shit, I need a way where I can up the standards because this is
Yeah,
just sad.
You literally just let him walk over you in that kind of bit.
Well, no, not even really because the plot was good. Like, you know, if the plot was like cool, I literally said that sounds cool, and then he's like, "Oh, the video's done, and I'll, you know, once it's uploaded, you'll have to see it." It was already like
find it
kind of
with
tense
Sal,
at that point. But,
His
like,
ideas are decent. It's the way he executes.
yeah, like that is fair.
because-
Like, yeah, some
yeah.
ideas that he has had.
On the
Are
level he
unique.
explains them, I
Right.
think they're really good. But when I see the video, it's totally two different things in a way.
I mean, yeah, I get what you mean, and it was kind of like I think as well because I had such an expectation of that. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, I actually can't wait to see how he does this, and then I see that, and I was so mad at the time because I'm thinking like, why, like, you know, this could have been done so much better. And as I say, I genuinely think even if I didn't have like that beef with the stream and stuff, I would have felt the same. I would have been very pissed because, you know, that's my series reputation that's been reflected on as if I just half-ass what I do, and I make sure, and nowadays I'm sticking more so to that than ever. That is not the route that I take with anything that I want to do.
And I think in ways, sharing something that you have that connection to is hard.
Simply lovely.
And I think in a way, like obviously in Classic, when Classic came out, there was almost something like that could have happened in that way. I was very straightforward to Tyler what I did in Classic. I never did anything like. Maybe I would say the only thing the only thing I think that was a bit random was that pumpkin like what was it Pumpkin Panic, that video. I kind
Oh,
of
God.
winged that one, and I
That
think
was
looking
with
back,
Todge, wasn't it?
yeah. Looking back, it wasn't. I think that's why I just removed it. But most of like apart from what I was.
I remember
I
I
went
was
through-
I remember, sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off, but I remember I was pissed at that video because I was away when you had filmed that, and I remember watching, and then Todge was just like auto clicking the fuck out of the fishing rod, And
Yeah.
I remember because you were like, I'm gonna have to, use the time machine. I was like, bro, when did we talk about this? Like, I don't know. I like it when I at least know what ground I stand on with ideas before
Yeah,
people do that.
I think
That's my big.
in my understanding, I was never gonna go back in time in the story. It was just a excuse for the time machine to be gone because it was leading up to something else.
Yeah. Anyway, how's the
That's
chat
why
looking?
yeah.
'Cause we-
Let me have a
No
look
one's
at the
really said
chat.
anything besides
Yeah.
Drifter saying Wagwan and then.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think if Sal went up to Tyler with the idea and sat him down and said this, maybe Tyler could have said some
Yeah,
ideas or
that's why
said something for to make it work.
if there was ever a moment where like somebody was making a video without like me in it, I would, and it was on my world or my thing. I'm in a position where I want to see that because, yeah, I want to. And I'm honest. If I think it's a piece of shit, I'm gonna say it's a piece of shit because I'm not fucking gaining anything from just suppressing that.
Yeah. Even with this like video I just edited, I gave it my own charm, but I also went to Tyler and Tyler told me to do specific things or even change specific
like the
things
transitions
the way
and
he
stuff.
wanted it.
Yeah.
Or he suggested stuff and I did it because
Mm-hmm.
in a way I think I just think communication's the best when you're doing a collab of anything, and if you can understand. Sure, right, and that's why that classic lasted quite a long time. It lasted a good half a year.
1 second, guys. I know I just closed my bedrock, but I am going.
But obviously, I decided to end it because I got busy in real life, and
Why is that just decided to open now?
I didn't want to pursue it anymore.
Oh, am I gonna crash it, Tyler? There we go.
Yeah, probably. My bad.
It's fine.
I just think
I'm
if
just putting my jar on now.
in
Wait, what side of
another
your phone?
in another timeline where Sal didn't do that, it might have ended differently.
Yeah, I wonder where what path things would have gone down.
As we did have, I'm gonna say this, we did have some big things planned, and I think that kind of reflects in Sal's series now. His decision, it reflected on his series. I do think that he's ruined not the only thing that we.
Yeah, he didn't just ruin it
his
for
own.
us, but he kind of ruined it for himself in a way.
He kind of, yeah.
But what annoys me, he didn't learn from that. In fact, he regressed from that. Because
And
he had
I
a
think-
choice to be like, well, if he's not happy with this, then a lot of other people are probably not, because, yeah, the standard was low. And he just kept lowering the bar. Like, drunk driving, I don't even want to get into it, because it's not supposed to be
Yeah.
a crash-out stream.
From
But,
what
like, that was a whole...
from what I've heard,
thing.
he was recording about 8 videos a day.
Right. Like,
At one point.
it's not a job, bro. Like, I get if people enjoy it, sure. And I know it's ended now, so it is what it is. I don't really care. But, like, I don't know.
And it did have
No
an
need for
effect
that.
on Lost Legacy, so it completely created this domino effect over the whole thing.
Yeah.
Say if I was still doing Classic, it would have affected me, and it still does affect me, even if it still affects me now. What that happened then, in kind of thinking of, and I think that's one of the main reasons why we did do this whole thing.
I'm gonna just
Was just to kind of have a clean state of mind of the series and stop
Yeah.
over worrying about stuff we did 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
This time, we're gonna take consideration and think about the stuff we're gonna do before we do it. And
Right.
if we're
A
happy
lot
with
of
it.
consideration. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're gonna tone it down a lot because
Just marking
I think
out where, like, the wall would
in the
point, so,
original it was very
No,
hard
okay,
to-
so I'm going to turn my music off for this, and I'm going to have
Yep.
a little rant of my own.
Okay.
Okay.
In my opinion, Sal burnt this continuation space to the ground.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because he set the bar so low that there was no point of even bothering with trying to,
Yeah.
you know,
No
bother
point.
trying to compete with it because people were just watching it for the fun of it.
Yeah, and
Somehow he was getting more views than people that were genuinely trying. And I still think
I
he was
do
botting.
think-
There is no conceivable way that
And
you
I
shit
think
out
at
some of them
some-
builds.
I think at some points he got more views than season 2, and compared to the quality of season 2, it was in my opinion, I like. You could just say we're yapping and we're jealous about his views. No, it's I really
Mate, I couldn't
see
get, I
this-
couldn't get, I couldn't care about his
Yeah.
views.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
it's a
just the
passion thing.
quality that I care
yeah,
about,
it's a
especially in a
passion
space
thing.
that I'm so passionate
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's like we as a community should care about the quality and the standard of the videos and keep that standard that Scampy would have
Right.
in a way.
You don't mind me working on this for you, Charles? I'm just sort of sorting out like where the border of this would be, so you can expand. You're okay with that, right? I just saw it and I was just like, I might as well just help out where I can.
Yeah, and I feel like with this series there is going to be a standard, and you can.
We just want to bring back the standard, and maybe then people will realize what was so fun about this space. Because when you lower the standards from something, it's not fun, and people don't want to be a part of something that's just embarrassing to look at, you know.
And you can't say that the standard is low on this, as we spent about 5 days on the whole thing, and
So I wanted to
you know,
smooth
people
stones
could
down
say,
to this.
"Oh, you could have spent longer, or you could have planned it longer."
People say
Oh,
that we
you
should have
rushed it,
taken longer.
but-
I'm actually gonna have a crash out.
I think this time we've actually done it
To a
in a
standard we're
short amount
happy
of time,
with.
and we're happy with.
Yeah, we're
I think-
genuinely happy with that video.
And I've said this to Tyler, and I think I've said this on stream, on one of the streams. I wasn't really happy how Worlds Together was, like how it ended up, as it was a lot Sal focused.
Yeah, I thought that as well. I'm not even into
Yeah,
bullshit.
it was a lot. It was, and he kept on yapping about saying that this will help his series, and it just felt like that we were doing a big advertisement for Sal's series.
Yeah, yeah, actually did.
It kind of just felt like a Sal, like, promotional.
Takeover.
The thing is,
yeah,
like-
yeah,
Yeah,
The thing is, Worlds Together was
'Cause even
created
that,
because
even
he
that
liked the
theme
idea
inside
of
of
Worlds
the
Collide.
what was that one room called? You know what I'm on about? Where Rusty and Evil Wolf were all there, and you walked in, it was like different to what
lovely
was
prison.
No. What
Oh,
was
in
that?
Sal's timeline, I know what you're
In
about.
Sal's timeline, the inside eyeballs is like ghetto, whatever the fuck it was.
That's another character for another day.
Like in there was that weird little inspiration room. It felt like that entire scene just relied on not being inside Sal's timeline. Like, oh, this is all about Sal, and yeah.
Right.
It was
Oh, Yellow
even-
Cat's there. Hello.
I think
Hey.
you know
Hey.
why there's a whole episode in Classic. It's because he cut me out of the collab. Remember? That's why my second part is a whole episode in Classic. As he
Right.
literally written me out of the second part. I think I didn't come back until the third part.
Oh my god, I need these, yeah.
I do, and it did hurt me because it felt in a way that whole collab was from. It kind of.
Didn't you write
it seemed
Charles out of the
from.
club? Wouldn't Charles want to be in it, and then he got
Yeah,
written
no.
out
So
of it?
basically, I said this to Tyler. Sal, I was supposed to have a thing involved with Worlds Together, and then
Wait,
didn't.
we even recorded it right.
Yeah.
Like, I think we didn't even we even recorded it. I think in a way. Yeah, you even made a skin, but I think at the last minute you came and said to us that you didn't think that it would age well.
I didn't say anything. I wanted to do it.
But why did we not do it then? There was a reason, I remember, because it would have happened if.
Weird.
Because of Sal, I
Right.
assume.
Anyways, it's luckily that you didn't do it, as I think, especially with such a thing as season 2 and how careful you have been since Worlds Collide with collabs. I think it worked out
I just
well.
think I just think Worlds Together was just DLC. I think Sal was just jealous of Worlds Collide.
Well, I don't. Yeah, this is what I don't understand, right? And I get we're on a live stream, but can I just quickly say, what did Sal have to do with Worlds Collide? Because
Why is
Worlds
this
Together
not
was supposed to be
saving?
the anniversary of Worlds Collide, but what did Sal have to do with Worlds Collide?
Yeah, exactly.
I know
Why
it
is the server
was.
so good?
I know Sooty had something to do with some of that, and I know he's.
I know. Sooty had stuff to do with Worlds Collide.
I will say this. Around December
this set
time,
that
when we did that collab with the tree and like the whole thing with that, I had this idea that we should do something for the anniversary of World Collide. I never really said. I think I said to Tyler at the
This
time we
server's
might do a
horrific
review if
already.
you decide. But obviously it came along and it came almost close to that time. And Sal kind of suggested to all of us that we should do this thing. And then it kind of went out of my control at that point. It
I think-
literally, yeah.
What annoys
if-
me the
I-
most with Sal.
I even think, in ways, it went out of Tyler's control. Because I think if Tyler wasn't agreeing with Sal, that would have going to be the problem there. And I think Sal was saying it in a way that, made sense.
So,
Yeah,
guys,
I can see
something
where
that
that's
really
probably-
annoys me with Sal, right, is that he referred to his series, Tyler's series, and Charles's series as
Oh, the
Big
main
Three.
three. The big three.
Yeah. And it annoys me because, like, when I was doing my continuation, we were referred to as the Big Three. I never referred to myself as the Big Three. Tyler, you still don't refer to yourself as being in the Big Three,
I'm
and
just
Charles,
there, bro.
you don't either. But it annoys me because, like, why does Sal feel the need to clarify him as being one of the most?
He wasn't
important...
even a part of the big three.
No, exactly.
He just capitalized on hit the target and got views from it.
Yeah.
Anybody can put a voice changer on.
And then he took it off, which kind of just ruined
thing
the point,
is,
really.
when my series was still going
There's
on,
trees, there's trees.
everyone referred to us as being the Big Three.
Yeah.
I don't really care if I'm not class of it. It never bothered me
Yeah,
what they're doing anyway.
But I think, in a way, I do feel like we should have done something with Charles.
Yeah.
Looking back, I think it was. I don't think at the time it was our intentions to ever come across like we didn't want to do something with you. It's just I think at the time. You came out very publicly and said that you didn't want to do any collabs, and with even.
No, I said with anybody else, but I made it clear to Tyler that I always wanted to do something more with him.
Oh.
Obviously, you did get to do a collab in the end with.
But
the
I'm gonna
whole
pop off for a
Tyler
bit.
coming back.
Alright, no worries. See you soon.
I shall see you guys later.
Just marking out where this wall's gonna end. Where it makes sense to. We can change the
Wait,
clip
hold on.
of this for now.
I'll
it's
leave
just-
this.
But
So annoying.
I don't. In a way, I don't think this stream is like a kind of cancel
I just
Sal
wanted to talk about
like stand.
Lost Legacy.
I think-
Reborn, but it came
and-
up, so.
I feel like this is something that we have to talk about as it's Lost Legacy related. We're not just having a gut at Sal, like.
It's kind of just comparing what we did before that we shouldn't have done to how we want to do things now. Which-
Yeah, cancel culture. It's just looking back on like that time where about where like around that time when you did it, it kind of peaked for you because you had a timeline that actually went well.
Yeah.
That restart where you were in console, and I do feel like that whole thing with that collab kind of in ways
That
ruined
killed
what you
my
had there.
channel, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why collabs are so dangerous, and I get why, as they're so easy to do, but they're so easy to mess up. Or
Right. So many trees on the edge, bro. Should have built this to block it out, but I didn't think.
I do
Oh, it's just too low.
feel like the community has kind of dropped off now, as
Like
Obviously,
here's
Charles
how I
ended
see it, right?
out. Yeah,
When
you say.
we were doing it, let's say when we started, the community was at 100%, right? By the time Worlds Collide, maybe about 90. You know, it was still a bit less than it was because I mean, I was popping off at this point because I remember my videos were consistently getting over 1,000 views. I ended up taking a break because I just didn't really know. I was kind of refiguring stuff out if I wanted to really do and figuring things out. And then I came back. By the time it was like September last year, the community was probably about 60,
I would say
60,
right.
50%.
It
And then,
was doing. I was doing well because obviously when you took that break, I started off classic, and classic was really doing well. Like
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, and then obviously you came back, and I think it did peak kind of again around the time we did that whole, like kind of like with the lost tree and
yeah.
that whole collab.
But like
that did
it
quite
went,
well.
it did have its uptime around the year anniversary stamp so like, but then like
Yeah.
when it got to like the collab, it obviously dipped a bit again. We were about like, let's say like 45-50% like
And
left
I
of the
don't
community.
think
When the collab
I-
ended and like me and Sal were no longer friends, by the time he ended, the community was way down to about 10, 15. It dropped because the standard did.
And I think people were waiting for the collab. The collab took a month to obviously let us on me, but I think that did kind of hit a dead end then, and then people were waiting, and then the collab. I don't understand how it took a month. Honestly can't remember how it took a month.
No, no.
I
Not your
I don't
best
even know
play.
that was a month.
Yes, it
Wow,
was.
time is going too
Hang on,
fast.
I don't know if anyone saw, but Yellow Cat typed in the DLC chat saying, "Can may the car join?"
Uh,
Would I have
Well-
to pull him in?
I don't mind. Anybody opposed?
You can join if you want, Mr. Yellow Car.
I don't
I think-
see why not.
Think about like when it ended. Obviously, the phone. You know, the battery was on 10%.
Yeah, and then of course, I know you ended as well, Charles, and that pushed it further down because there was nobody to watch. And I was kind of hoping that, like, you know, it's like Sal, I was kind of like motivated because, in a way, you know, I was gonna be if Sal wasn't doing it.
OG's in chat. Hello, OG.
Hello. I was gonna be like one of the only people after you left still doing it, and that kind of motivated me in a way because I was like, it's been a passion of mine to kind of do this. I don't see it as like people getting in the way of me because it's not. It was never like that. But I was it kind of put things into perspective of how much like had changed in the community. And by the time you had ended, Charles, I was also kind of motivated because I was like, well, you know, maybe we'll see how long this lasts, and I can test to see how things go from there. But I never could do that because somehow Sal was getting more views than me, even though I did something that nobody else in a continuation had done, which was going to the moon, and I just got sick of it. That was the final straw in my head at that point because I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'm doing all this stuff that's different, and
And
people
Even
would
I
rather-
helped with that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But like, and people would rather watch something that's low effort. That sickened me. It genuinely
saying
sickened me.
No joke, right? Tyler was on call with me around this time, or I think a bit later, and he was on the delete button to his channel.
I was so pissed. I cannot express to you how pissed I was at that. I was so fucking done. The hatred I had for that guy and how he had ruined a community that all of us had worked hard for. I could have fucking roped him. I swear, on God, I could have. I was that pissed.
Yeah, I really felt like it, but I do feel like there's a new hope for this. Obviously, I do hope this one is the one, and it is going to be the one, because if somehow this one gets messed up, we're not doing it. We're
No,
just simply
we've
not doing
we've come too far, tried too hard, and learnt lessons that if it's not fucking worth all that, then yeah, it's not happening. Like
I think, yeah.
I just think that, you know, if we're literally changing everything that we've done wrong, and that's still not enough, then there is no fucking hope for a revival or redemption
Yeah.
in this community. There is no hope for that.
But I think we are gonna do it for quite a while to kind of build up the community.
Yeah,
I
to
think
see
we're not
if
just
people
gonna-
are still
yeah.
thinking like there's an interest, and to see what people really think about what we have to bring to the table now with our new kind of strategy of doing things.
And obviously we'll tell the story that we want to tell, and then we'll end it, and it will actually have a proper ending this time. No, just like one episode comes out and then it just silence. This one will have an ending.
Yeah. And
But yeah,
plus,
I think
also,
that-
not it wasn't even just about Sal as well, to be honest, because the community at that point was so low. Because you had like J.R. Marks doing his stupid thing. You had like people just coming in saying all this stupid shit in the comments and not even taking the time to actually appreciate stuff for what it was. I could not have cared less, and I had a really bad taste about the continuation space after all that, because I just felt it wasn't worth it. And the only reason why I am, and I'm gonna be honest, is because like in real life with the disability that I have, it's very hard for me to do a lot of other things. Like I'm doing this primarily in a way out of passion, but also I do want this to be something that can be successful for me, not to compete with anybody else, but because it's something that I enjoy doing. If it's not, if I can't find enjoyment out of it and it's not even doing well, I don't really know what to do at that point.
Yeah, because there's nothing we can do in a way.
Right.
I think we had to bring that up, is we have to in this. You have to kind of see what we're thinking in a way, and why we did this. As a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, they're just restarting it again because just to make it more complicated and.
No, because like it's not even about that. It never really was. It just got out of hand, and that's just the truth.
And you could literally find us pretty much saying this in that like farewell to Lost Legacy video that we did
Yeah.
about a year back.
At that point, I was just so I don't even know what I was feeling, but in my head, it was just a mix of just. That was when the community started to kind of dwindle, and at that point, I didn't really understand much of how people saw the series because no one really said much. It was only like until months later when people started to kind of say their thoughts and how they saw the series to actually make sense of it. And at the time, we were just really wondering why nobody was caring anymore.
Yeah, it did come down to that, as I feel like in some aspect what we were doing, say if Sal went to the moon, it would be totally different for him.
Right,
the
and
like-
and no, like he's not even passionate about this. Like he can say he is,
Yeah.
but like he only came here because some people that he knew were doing it, and it kind of got big, and he thought, oh shit, I'm gonna keep on doing it.
Yeah, he kind of just did it because it worked. It's like,
Mhm.
it worked for him, but it wasn't really what he wanted to do. And I think, like, with Classic, right, I really enjoyed doing it at the start, but I don't really have the time to do it. And I think from looking at it, it's not the type of content that I want to pursue, but it doesn't mean that I was just doing it just to do it. I had general fun in the
Well,
recording.
yeah, because at
that
the
I
time you didn't
before.
really know what you wanted, did you? Like, you kind of, you still wanted to do that at the time. Like I think I'm only gonna do one episode a week, just because I don't want to stress myself out, overhype this in my head, and for it to just not land. Anyway.
It can also take time for us to work on the bigger attacks.
I have a
that we
lore
do.
document in my files, and I have wrote 3 attacks so far.
As
Actually,
I
2.5
think-
technically.
As I think with the original Lost Legacy,
I'm gonna
we
s-
kind of had a plan for the attack, and we teased it. But by the time we actually did the attack, that teaser made no sense
Yeah, because.
because we completely reshaped how we wanted to do it.
Well, yeah,
So that's
during
why
the
there was
Bedrock
so
era,
much.
you came up with an idea, then you came up with a better idea, and that's how you show.
and I think right sometimes I get mixed up with what we actually did and my idea.
Yeah,
It's
you just can't
I
keep track of that.
and I keep track of that. So this time we're gonna. I don't think tone it like we're gonna make it less like lore dump, but I feel like obviously we're gonna tone it down, but I don't want to tone it down.
Toning down the
Obviously-
confusion factor, I guess.
Yes,
is a
not
better
the
way of
story
saying it.
aspect.
Yeah, because people,
I think the story was
will
good.
enjoy what we've got this time round.
Yeah,
Just gonna go this high so I don't run into trees or anything. I'm gonna fill this
and I think
entire area with grass.
if you haven't seen the original Lost Legacy, that first episode is nothing confusing about that. It's very straightforward.
Yeah, you can follow what's going on very clearly. You know, you've got, like, you might not realize it's the final, but you'll realize pretty quickly from the balcony scene. So it's very coherent and it's a cohesive, thing all in all.
And I think the perfect way to summarize it is it's everything you liked about Lost Legacy, but new.
Yeah. Just with the different,
Different
coat of
twist,
paint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you're in the middle of a conversation, but I want to catch up on chat a bit.
Sure. Go ahead.
What was this? So, let's go from yeah, we'll go from when Yellow Cat said hello. We'll go. He said, "Mr. Caravan." Yes, Mr. Caravan is here. He then said, "Ooh, drama." Agreed.
This is
Sal was not Sal was not main free. Yeah, to be fair, I never really saw him part as like a main continuation. Sal's always chased glory. Cancel culture, yay. Took a month because you kept delaying editing. Oh yeah. And then OG said, "Hello, Tyler. How's your weekend been, Tyler?"
It's been good. Being able to drop that episode has felt like a breath of fresh air. It felt like I could just air out
yes.
everything. That...
Yeah, for me, it's been like just getting that. When I finished it, right, I felt so just like, and then right, like, pretty funny, right, like, it didn't export then. It happens every time.
Oh god, I hated that. I
Yeah.
actually cannot with that shit, bro.
And then obviously when I try to upload it, it like, I'm not gonna go through it, but you just imagine how kind of we would. It's
I
like,
was
it's like
pissed. I was
it's like
worried. Oh, I was mad.
Yeah, it's like getting to the finish line and then realizing you're still 10 meters away.
Right.
Yellow Cat then said, "How's your music going on, Ty?"
I have a song which I am waiting for the lyrics to be edited to, but apart from that.
Yeah, and then we've got what OGS, what are you cooking on?
This is a server which is called Britland. We will be doing, now that Lost Legacy stuff's done, I imagine tomorrow or during the week we'll probably do a lot more prepping with, perms and stuff, and we're hoping to get a private like beta testing thing going so you guys can test different commands as different roles and stuff. And
oh yeah, Tyler,
yeah.
I don't think I ever told you.
Mhm.
You know, Sal sent me his like mod pack he used for his continuation, so I've just got that now in my save somewhere.
Why did he send that?
He just sent me like the exact Legacy 4J he used.
Oh yeah, he sent me that ages ago as well. Because one of the reasons I moved to Bedrock as well, I don't like Legacy 4J in some servers because it does the whole controller moving. Then I've spoken to Legacy 4J devs, they keep giving me different options. I'm just like, well, fuck yourself. I'm just gonna do my own thing. So I do have a lot of ideas. I want to do something with a happy ghast. I'll say that much. And there's a specific helper which I think would go quite well with a happy ghast.
Oh yeah, I remember when you spoke to me about this.
Yes, I have an idea as to the helpers. Like, yeah.
You might have to tell me after stream what your exact idea is.
Yeah, I just little things to make them more personalized. That's kind of.
I think after the stream, we're gonna have a little bit of like a yapping idea set.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, for John.
Oh, you're
As we're taking back your feedback, and we're gonna. This is what these type of streams are for, right?
Yeah.
So if you think there's a cool idea, put it down because it might be in. Obviously, we can't do everyone's ideas, but this is what it's for. We want to do what works best for the community to build, and that feels like that you can be included.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not literally, but your idea or your some sort. Because I felt like that's what Scampy was really early. Like really early on in the videos, it had that community aspect in Scampy's Lovely World because he had loads of people. But
Right.
obviously he had to cut down on that because of Lee Clack. Lee Bear?
Wait,
Yeah.
not
You'll
not
leave that.
Yappa. Hang on,
Yeah.
OG said that not Yappa John. That motherfucker hasn't come back since I cooked the motherfucker. I saw that stream.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I'm not gonna comment on that. Yappa John,
I
from
think it
when
is
I knew him,
disgusting though, the fact that he. Yeah.
it is totally unacceptable what he did. But from aside that, from when I knew him, he was alright. Like
He got worse. He got worse over his time. But like that's one of the reasons as well, right? Actually, that's one of the reasons I ended because I was just so sad. Like I remember it wasn't even that long before, right? Dude Carmine's like, so I'll be leaving this summer, and that I don't know, right? That genuinely broke me because, oh my god, Luke Carmine, he's just, I don't know, he's just got this like spirit to him. It sounds weird, and I don't mean it like any weird way because I know he's like younger than me in that way, but like in terms of how I see him as a fellow creator in this space, like and just a person I used to like talk to a lot as a friend in the space, like he just had a nice vibe to him, and like he was kind of goofy, and his mom was kind of giving like Flyers vibes and some things that he did. The inside joke between me and Sushi at this point.
yeah.
But like he was good. He always wanted to help and be there and be around. And he never caused drama. He didn't like drama at all. And like he was just he. That's why I kind of took so much stuff like a thing to him because he never really did anything malicious. And a lot of people in this space did because a lot of people weren't in it for the space itself. They were in it for, like for people being like, oh my god, this guy's continuing Stampy's well. Like they weren't passionate about it. They just wanted to try and see if they could get Charles's clout or become as big as like him or bigger.
That's why sometimes. That's why like I don't know if anyone else saw it, but someone made a Charles continuation. At that point, I kind of
and listen, it wasn't even this continuation. And I was going to mention this on a stream or something, but I haven't yet. This continuation uses the episode number, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, because I remember you.
Didn't they like rip down the love garden?
Yeah, they built the bedroom and the love garden, and then ripped them both down.
Oh my god. What the hell? Yeah, and nowadays, like, there's just so many predators in this space. Like, I know there was like a whole situation where, like, I don't know if Bloodstorm's cleared, or I know there was like a whole thing like people copying ideas and doing all that. Like, I'm not even trying I know you made a separate video about all that in regards to people in this space and the things that they did. But it was one of the major things where I kind of realised, do I even want to be known for being a part of this space if it becomes toxic to the point where, it gets out of hand. And at that point, I was just seeing it get worse and worse. And those people that were there, they were making such a big scene that you couldn't go 2 minutes without hearing OG had said something in his Discord server or someone had done something in a stream.
I do feel like it got very gatekept then. Everyone was gatekeeping stuff then, and then...
Yeah, because no one trusted each other.
And then, right, even the gatekeeping, somehow, because and I think this came up with, like, me and you, at a point, you kind of stopped saying what you were gonna do, and then I stopped saying, and then it turns out we did we did exactly the same thing. Remember the house, and then you got really you kind of felt really disheartened because you thought I copied you on the house, and then, but turns out that I didn't because I just literally
The thing is, right, I can understand the perspective of it's Stampy's world. It's hard to find ideas that are original, especially when it comes down to things like, I don't know, the house, right? I get it, fair enough. But when it came to like very specific things, like things that were additions to the house, like let's say my barbecue area or the oh, it's Parrot. Or Charles's Armory, or you know the Love Garden Dome, for instance. That sort of stuff you just can't copy because the thing is, right? And yes, it might have been part delusion when it was thought about, but when Charles was doing the dome, for instance, he thought it was going to stop the lag because it wouldn't render. Of course, it would still have to render through the reflections and stuff, so technically it would make it worse on Bedrock, but I digress. But like, you know, and people were doing it because it looked cool. Charles did it because he had a reason that he thought was going to be a solution to stop that lag. And it just annoys because there's no excuse for it. You know, we have Discord servers. You can go into these servers and you can say, look, I want to do a dome. Maybe, you know, try and get into DMs with that person, send them a screenshot. And if they think it's copying and you don't have the respect to change it, then you should go fuck yourself. But
Do
if
you remember when I came to you about something? I don't remember exactly what I think it was a mall. I think I asked you if I could do a mall.
Yeah, and I
Well,
said, I think I said yeah, didn't I? Because I was like, well, mine was very different to what I remember you wanting to do, and I don't own the right to do a mall. Anyone could do a mall, but it's, you know, how I did it was different to
Why is my
how I'd
skin not
imagine a lot of
changing
people
on
do.
your...
Like, you don't have to act. Like, the thing is, if you build a build, right, and someone, or like, who helped you is like, oh, this reminds us of what somebody else has done, right? At that point you should ask that person. Like the other day when I took my Lost Legacy thumbnail, Sooty or Josh said that it reminded them of Charles's 1000 thumbnail. So I was like, oh, I don't want to cause problems, so I showed the thumbnail to Charles, and he said, no, it's not like it at all. It's at night time, it's a completely different setting. I was like, okay, that's good, at least it's not causing problems. Like, there's no excuse for copying. There really, really isn't. Because I'm sure either myself, Charles, or anyone that people took inspiration from, which inspiration is okay in itself, right? You know, you could join the servers, say, look, I want to show a screenshot of a build. I just don't want to, be classed as copying, but I just want to make sure it doesn't look similar. And if that person says, yeah, I think it looks too similar, can you redesign it? Then yeah, you should redesign it because, you know, it's you're just going to create problems, not because people are tight when it comes to their ego being copied, but because you can do something that's original. There's no reason why you can't. Even just give the outside a facelift or, you know, something like that. But if you're not going to do that, then it's just disrespectful. It is just disrespectful. And like, here's the thing. The reason why people gatekept as well is because, let's say I said to you back in the day when I wanted to do this, I remember thinking I wanted to do some form of tech shop because I didn't want to do a computer shop because Charles had done that, but a tech shop would have been cool. Yes, that's crazy evil wolf. And I said that to Sal. I said a lot of the ideas
Wait,
that I said to
what?
Sal. And then after we
Oh,
weren't, you know, friends, I find
He
out
took
that
a load of them.
yeah, I find out even though after we weren't friends, he'd miraculously recorded like 20 episodes, even though during the time that we were like chill, he never, you know, we never once did like a grind that much. And then most of those builds that I saw were builds that I had told him ideas about. And I know
Even
he
when,
said,
right, you were friends with him, he literally did it.
I know, yeah, because he did it with your season shop. I remember that. I know, or whatever it was, the season's place. I know that like I got told
Yeah.
that like it was somebody else that designed those builds. From what I know, it was like this tree guy. That whole situation's a mess. From the way I understand it, in a blunt context, I'm pretty sure Tree was used to some degree because Tree was around, and then as soon as the continuation stopped, Tree was just dropped. I don't even know what happened there. That's just my assumption. I don't know if that's right, but that's how I saw it, at least, when everything happened. I don't really care, but it was just a bit fun. It was just a bit of a funky situation. Yeah, and yeah, no. I just want to wipe the slate clean. Not necessarily with the people, because if you've wronged me in the past, you ain't gonna make that right. I'm not gonna let people make that up because I've said what I've said for a reason. Same with the things that I've done, and I just want to do things on my own terms now and not feel like I have to let somebody else dictate my series just to make them feel good about themselves, because I did it because yes, I was wondering what I should do, and because I saw the best in the person that was giving me those ideas, not to just do it for their own gain, because I was at the end of the day, helping them grow and find their footing as well in the space. But I don't know. I still do feel used and betrayed in some sense. But yeah, that's just it. I just want to bring back the spirit that this community had. But yeah, is there anyone in chat?
OG, one of the things that OG said was, I think one of the main reasons for the community's downfall was the constant competitive with one another 24/7. It was kind of stupid considering you were making content off of someone else's map.
Yeah, that's true as well. Like it always just felt like who can do this first or who can do this better.
Yeah, it did. It did feel like that for a bit.
Mhm. I wasn't even in it for that at the time.
That's just pathetic.
Yeah.
I've always said that always, but I've never liked him.
No, there's only a few people I can say like in this space. There we go. Fix my notifications. Ooh, Carl Jacobs has uploaded. Or is that a short? I can't tell. I think it's a short.
Slam on the brake
Before
I even
key.
turn the key.
Here's the thing, OG. The thing is, I don't think he'd ever do that just because he wants to be a clean slate.
Who?
OG said Tyler should use the magic powers to spawn in all the Lost Legacy builds into the new
Oh yeah,
console.
I'm
and
doing.
Bedrock
It's a clean
Java.
slate. Like I'm gonna miss those builds, but at the same time, it's
It doesn't
like,
mean he can't change them and make them better.
Well, yeah, exactly. But like the way I kind of see it, right? It's kind of like fucking memories. I can miss memories. I'm never gonna get memories back because I've already lived that. I kind of see it like that. Like I've already
Well,
lived
I
that.
think
I've seen those builds and I've been a part of the journey of building those, and yeah, I kind of see it like that. There's no real need for me to build them. I might do some like little throwbacks. I want to do some form of color shop, which is going to be different. I know it's sort of inspired actually, Charles. The idea in it, that one build that Parky built in like that old sketchbook world. It was like some form of like I don't want to say it because obviously it's one. You would know, right? Do you remember? Do you remember, Charles? I don't. Now I'm confused.
Or died.
Yeah. That's why I just wanna.
But in my
Just one
in my
thing.
opinion, from what we've done recently, you know what I'm on about when I say that.
Yeah.
That one build we built was a really good, and I think it's a really good idea.
I'll give you a hint, guys. Clankers.
Clankers. You were literally Gordon Ramsay when it came to designing builds. Ooh.
Who said that? Wait, who?
OG.
I mean, I know it's a
OG.
compliment because it's Gordon Ramsay cooks. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I struggle a lot. It takes me a few like tries. I'll stick with the building. I'll add a couple things like that. That shop that we built. Remember, I was about to say it, and I was gonna be really pissed. I really didn't like it. It looked really boxy, and it looked like something Salwood built. To be fair.
I tried to do it,
And
I just couldn't.
I added some little shelves to it, which obviously I knew in the update.
the new-
and
the
it
new
just
shop is-
worked. It looks
the new
so
shop-
cool.
To put the new shop into perspective, the new shop is very this update.
It's very
basically, to put it-
shiny.
It's very yeah. That's one of the things that when we were going through name idea. That's why we said something about it being shiny. Gonna put shiny in there.
But I think the name of the shop is really funny, and I think you guys will like it. I don't know when it'll be
think
built.
it's very. I don't know. It's like it's kind of a play on words. The name of the shop, in a way.
It's called. I'm gonna leak it. It's called the D for Dave shop.
Yep.
Oh, right,
Start right,
you
that's it.
leaked it.
Banned from VCs.
You leaked it. That's it now. Bugger,
You're
bugger.
banned. Banned.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting, actually. Oh, I'm so uncomfortable, bro. Oh. Yeah.
He just
if I-
called Papa John CEO, but instead it's
Papa
two
John.
robots.
Yes, we just beat Liverpool.
Did we?
Yeah,
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
But what's that in? You beat them. Yeah.
Premier League.
Oh, nice.
La, 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 la,
I know
yeah.
somebody near me
Down
will be
and
watching that.
try.
Oh, when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it.
I feel they. Whoa.
Where buddy
What?
guy? What are the warps do we have that's like been built up?
Okay. So yeah, Lost Legacy, Reborn. Yes.
It's gonna be the best. Better than.
It is going to be a great continuation.
It's gonna be better than somebody's.
Ooh.
Yes.
Lost Legacy 6 or 7.
Everything I do, I want to be proud
Big
of
ever.
this, because I feel like that's the only way that I'm gonna.
I
still have
think so
motivation.
far from what was written in that doc, which I've seen, was really good, and I think this is it's looking up to be a really good continuation.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff I have to do to get from the beginning to that stage, but with a bit of planning and a bit of
Wait, speaking
time.
of Lost Legacy Reborn, are you wanting to record today? Or are you gonna put that off again?
Well, I have time. It just depends when
I
I'm in
would
stream.
say we should plan some stuff today.
You're right,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. I need the toilet. Can you guys fill in for stream whilst I go
Okay.
to the toilet?
Yeah.
You guys yap. Charles, just yap about F1 or
6
something.
7 6 7 6
Ooh,
7.
booger. I'll be back.
What's still going on?
6-7
chatters?
mangoes and mustard.
Yo. So guys, how we doing? I'm taking over since Sutty didn't say anything, and so yeah, me now. Hope you guys are enjoying the Josh content. I'm now Wolf Community. I don't know what to say. How do I be? How do Lost Legacy 6 7. Now where's Sutty when you need him?
Dave.
D for Dave.
Yeah.
I know him.
There you.
No.
I can take you to the first, second, third floor. And I promise this is not a metaphor.
6 7
6 7.
6 7.
Do you want the house tour? I can take you to the first, second, third floor.
No, if Arsenal actually win the league, I'm gonna get my brother to belly bounce.
Oh my god, I can't believe we have actually beaten
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I've got to hit the target hyperbole. Does it even work? I guess it is just kind of copy pasted from Xbox One Edition. From the Liverpool.
From the Liverpool.
Wait, Charles, have you seen James's recreation of the target basement?
Yeah. I know like the roof's a bit dodgy.
Roof's a bit dodge. Roof's a bit Dave. Dodgy Dave.
Dodgy
I
roof.
think obviously no continuation can be the best. It's really a preference. Nothing in the world can be the best. It's just an opinion that multiple people have. It's just a common factor.
We just think that Lost Legacy Reborn is going to be
The best
it's
one that we have done, not the best one that will ever be done, because there could be someone that sees Lost Legacy Reborn and does their own and after, or you know,
I think honestly, the way I see it, I think after Lost Legacy Reborn happens, I think it might revive the community, but that's just me having a yap sesh thinking maybe just maybe this will bring back the community. Because I don't know about anyone else, but the Stampy community was great when it was the way it was back at like the
In
start.
Baku.
The back in like 2023 at the end of 2023 and 2024.
I
But-
have some ideas to say after the stream.
Well, when Tyler gets back, we can always discuss them. And I actually get to listen on the ideas because I'm part of. Yeah, I said this to you and Tyler last night, didn't I? So I'll say it in front of Charles as well. It's crazy to think that 2 years ago I used to watch Charles and Tyler and all that, and now I'm fucking like actually sat in VCs with you guys normally. It's just weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I've had ups and downs with Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6-7.
Six,
Yeah. Yeah.
6 to 7 construct. No. And then I've just been all over the place until now. Now we've got Sooty.
Yep.
I think Lost Legacy Reborn is going to be really good though. Compared to original Lost Legacy, I think it'll be more. I think it will have more structure instead of. You know, you get what I mean when I say that. What I don't. All I can read in that is Tung Tung Sahur and Skibbity Toilet. To be fair, OG, because I don't see any. I don't understand football talk honestly. I've never been into it. Dave. Dave, is that you?
Is that Dave?
Is that Dave? Is that Soot? Sootay. He's dead.
I am here. I'm just playing a game at the moment. I'm kind of locking
What
in.
game are you playing?
He's playing Fortnite.
Call of Duty.
Get Charles to read it. He'll understand what I'm saying. Charles is like probably F1ing or something.
You're spot on, mate.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's what Charles does now. Continuation.
I'm a professional racing driver.
He is. Actually, in the new F1.
I've signed for McLaren.
Have you actually?
I'm joking.
No, Charles. It's rage bait. You got to continue the joke.
Yeah. No, I signed for McLaren.
Yep. Guys, Charles is now going to be part of F1. Charles Kart 67. No. It's like, could you imagine though? Charles gets his own like Mario Kart game. Get Dylan Duck in there. Hit the target with an unlockable character.
And Stampy.
And Stampy. Stampy's DLC. And then the Wanderer comes out like mid-season update. The 1DT.
Hey guys, give me one moment. I'm just closing my door. Alright,
Oh, he's
I'm
back.
back. How are we all doing?
talking about Charles Cart 67.
Oh yes.
Mario Kart 67.
Mario Kart Odyssey. Dun, dun,
Mario
dun,
Kart
dun, dun, dun.
Nah, Mario Kart Odyssey might be cool.
You get to like play around in New Donk City.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da.
Da, 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 da. Ba-ra-ba-da, ba-ra-ba-da, ba-ra-ba-da-da. I know Drifto's gonna like end me if I do this right, but I want to try and add like flip these around and see how they look. Not flip around, but like add these from the fronts.
How much longer are you planning on streaming for, by the way, Tyler?
Probably a couple more minutes. I just wanna, I like getting stuff off my chest, like because sometimes it just feels good to talk about things that are on your mind, and otherwise you'll just explode mentally, and it's never nice to do that. So just, folks, just know if you need to talk, it's understandable. Just
Yeah,
If you need to
it's
talk,
it's...
channel your inner D for day. Wait, no, don't do that.
Wait,
well,
no,
no,
actually,
but
no.
if you do that, then you might, Charles, you might be onto something there, mate. You might be onto something. Channel your
Nah,
inner D for Dave. Say that his daughter did something wrong.
No, I'm actually gonna. I actually get slapped by a cook's steak, but I hit the target when I'm playing Charles Cart 67. I low key crash out. Yeah.
Fair. Whatever works for you, man.
Alright, you know what? Before the stream ends, I wanna have a.
Oh my
I
god,
wanna
Drifter
have a-
actually worked this out pretty nicely, actually.
I do want to say one thing. Everyone's favorite Funland minigame.
Really?
The generic ones.
Creeper Moster.
Creeper Moster.
Beeper dosh, beeper boosper.
Dave Coaster.
Beefer boofer.
I think mine has to be Pempletit.
Oh yeah, Pimple is so good, bro. Oh, yes.
And say naughty cuss words and
Cuss.
no, OG stop. No.
Yeah, to be honest, OG, like, I know you've had your fair share of, we'll call them scandals for just easy communication. But, I at least hope that you get where I have been coming from this, like, stream. It's gonna be annoying, because this is up a bit.
I'll tell you something. I need to actually redo my settings for this the the Rethought pack I got yesterday. Yeah, if you remember what I want about.
Yeah, sort that out. Yeah. Is there anything anyone wants to say before I end? Like, anything?
Charles, do you want to say anything?
No, I'm on about chat.
Dave
as well.
looks cool.
He does look cool. To be fair.
OG says I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There's so many episodes. Okay, so I think we are good. I think we're good for everything.
All right. Let me just fill this in before I get like shouted at.
So he's gonna come back. He's playing a mobile game right now.
Oh my god, mobile kids, bro.
He is.
6, 7.
6, 7.
Yes. I want to see if Ben's been on this world since like.
Ben.
Let me go to his town in a second, and I'll end.
Bin ban.
Bin ban done.
Bing bang bonk.
Bin 1 2 3. Let me go to Weymouth.
I want to thank you all very much for watching.
Oh, bugger! It still looks the same.
Oh no.
Bugger Debo.
I'm thinking he is playing Angry Birds on it. Yeah, see you playing Angry Birds.
I haven't played Angry Birds in about 10 years, maybe longer.
Sutty.
Oh, Angry Birds, bro.
Sutty.
So fun.
Sutty. This
Yeah.
guy, man, he's deaf.
I'll just play.
I'm locking down on Angry Birds.
He's playing
Oh
Angry
my
Birds.
gosh, bro. Alright, on that note, I'm gonna end the stream.
I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all
later.
later.
Fun. Bye. Charles,
Bye,
say...
Dave.
Okay. Charles, say something funny before I end the stream, just because that way you can be the last clip.
6, 7.
6, 7.